Good evening. Welcome to Prime TV News. I'm Malshani Gamuge. First, a look at the top stories making headlines today. Swiss embassy staffer is arrested. Partly appears in courts to make submissions over the accident. Tax on wheat flour has been reduced. And in news overseas, protests erupt across India over the citizenship law. And now the news in detail. Former Minister Partali Champika Ranawaka appeared at the Colombo Additional Magistrates Court today to make submissions on the accident which caused major injuries to a youth. Former Minister Partali Champika Ranawaka has been accused of inflicting serious injuries to a youth in an accident in Rajagiriya. The youth, who was seriously injured in the 2016 accident, is still in a state of disability. Partali Champika Ranawaka appeared before the court through his lawyers. The courts had recently ordered an overseas travel ban on Partali Champika Ranawaka and his driver, who have been named as suspects in this case. Minister Mahinda Amaraveera has said that 7,000 jobs will be provided speedily. He further stated that the railway fare will not be increased. He made these comments while participating in an inspection tour of the Kandy railway station. Minister Mahinda Amaraveera, who arrived at the Kandy railway station, was warmly welcomed by the station master, OIC, LG Dharmapala and other officials. The minister had a friendly conversation with the staff of the railway station and inquired about its activities. Minister Amaraveera said that it is possible to ease traffic congestion in the country by strengthening the railway service and to also save the time of the people. The main issue confronted by the Railways Department is the 7,000 vacancies that have not been filled. Some cases have been reported to courts by trade unions and officials. The other vacancies will be filled based on the qualifications required. In a response to a query raised by a journalist, Minister Amaraveera said that there is no intention of increasing train fares, but only to enhance facilities and services. The minister also travelled in the train running from the Kandy railway station to Colombo. Kandy district SLFP organizer PB Nugavela and several others were present on the occasion. Leader of the UNP, Ranil Wickremesinghe, has pointed out that he is prepared to steer the party according to the decisions of the party and not to suit the needs of groups. Addressing a meeting at the Sirikota party headquarters, Ranil Wickremesinghe said that he had no intention of continuing with the UNP leadership.
පක්ෂෙත් දැන් අලුත් මුහුණුවරක් ඕනේ අලුත් නායක පැලැන්තියක් ඕනේ අපි හැමදාම මෙහි ඉන්නේ නැහැ.
Ranil Wickremesinghe said that the party is in need of a new generation of leaders and a novel outlook. He noted that the reinforcing process of the party should be completed by 2025. The UNP leader mentioned that he will not remain in leadership forever and that he has no need to do so. He urged all members of the party to forward a proposal which outlines their view on the future of the party. He pointed out that this should be done at the consensus of all, not in factions. The UNP leader expressed his views regarding the defeat of the previous election as well as the upcoming election. A group including UNP local government representatives participated in the discussion. Ranil Wickremesinghe said that the upcoming general election can be won if a real strife is made. He added that no member should be discouraged by the defeat. He noted the mistakes identified in the surveys conducted by the party should be rectified. Finally, Ranil Wickremesinghe highlighted that the future of the party cannot be shaped without the blessings of the Mahasangha.
සමීක්ෂණ දිහා බැලුවම අපේ අඩුපාඩුකම් තිබුණේ කොතනද කියලා දැනගන්න ඕනේ. සංඝ රත්නය නැතුව අපිට මෙතෙන්ට යන්න බෑ.
Ghania Bannister, an employee of the Swiss embassy in Sri Lanka, was produced in courts today. Swiss embassy staffer Ghania Bannister Francis, who is alleged to have been abducted and sexually abused, arrived at the Criminal Investigation Department this morning. It was the 6th day she arrived at the CID. Subsequently, the Criminal Investigation Department sent her to a specialist psychiatric team of the National Institute of Mental Health Angoda under special protection based on a recent order by the court to direct her to a specialist psychiatric board. She was brought back to the Criminal Investigation Department after the conduct of the investigations. Meanwhile, the Attorney General advised the CID to arrest the alleged embassy staffer and produce her in court. She is accused of making false statements in order to embarrass the government. As such, the CID produced her before the Colombo Magistrates Court. Meanwhile, the order forbidding her to travel abroad will be in effect until tomorrow. The court also rejected the request made by the Swiss embassy staffer's lawyer to record statements from the woman at the official residence of the Swiss ambassador. The case will be taken up again tomorrow. The CID will be making submissions on the progress of the investigation. Still on local news, UNP MP Ajit P. Pereira says that the UNP needs a leader soon to bring about good governance. He made this comment participating at the UNP Bandaragama Federation meeting. Ajit P. Pereira noted that a number of causes led to the defeat of the United National Party at the presidential election. The cases about political revenge were not properly investigated. The employment process was dragged on till the last moment. The MP highlighted that no more elections can be competed with the same leader. Ajit P. Pereira reiterated that the leadership of the party should be immediately subjected to change, avoiding procrastination, which was also detrimental to the presidential campaign. Joining in this meeting, Hector Apuhami also expressed his views. He further stated that due to the manner in which some members of the UNP behaved in the last presidential election, they will not be able to win the confidence of the people again. The Venerable Dr. Walpola Piyananda Thera has been appointed as the Presidential Advisor on Interreligious Affairs. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa today handed over the appointment letter to the Venerable Dr. Walpola Piyananda Thera. It was presented at the Presidential Secretariat. Meanwhile, High Court Judge Devika Aberatna took oaths before the President as a new appeal court judge. JVP parliamentarian Vijitha Herath says that the MCC agreement, which threatens the national security and sovereignty of the country, should be withdrawn immediately. He made this statement at a media conference held at the JVP headquarters in Palavatta. MP Vijitha Herath said that the previous Ranil Maitri government took a cabinet decision in the favour of the MCC agreement. Vijitha Herath mentioned that the attempts made to brand Millennium Challenge Corporation as an independent organisation are utterly misleading. He noted that Chief Executive Officer of the MCC, Sean Cancross, is serving as an advisor within the personal staff of US President Donald Trump. According to the parliamentarian, it is evident that the MCC is an arm to implement the agendas of the US State Department. Vijitha Herath mentioned that one of the underlying motives of the agreement is to consolidate the power and the influence of the US in the Asian region. Vijitha Herath reiterated that this agreement is detrimental towards the national security as well as the economic and political integrity of the country. He added that the previously signed agreements such as SOFA and AXA should also be repealed. Gangudawila Somathera's 16th death anniversary was celebrated yesterday. Gangudawila Somathera, a famed monk excelled in the delivery of sermons, died due to illness while on a visit to Russia. His 16th death anniversary was held at the Siri Vajiranyana Dharmayatana in Maharagama. It was presided over by Venerable Watagedara Vimala Buddhi Thera. A large number of people, including Minister Dinesh Gunawardena and Rear Admiral Sarath Virasekara, were also present. Ambassador of the European Union to Sri Lanka, Denis Chaibi, along with ambassadors from France, Italy, Romania and Germany, met Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa at Temple Trees this morning. The Prime Minister spoke about the long-standing relationship with the EU, which has continued under the EU-Sri Lanka Joint Commission. He also expressed appreciation for restoring the GSP Plus facility in 2017 and for lifting the ban on Sri Lanka's fish exports to the EU in 2016. These, the Prime Minister said, were important steps since the EU is Sri Lanka's #1 trading partner in overall trade. All the ambassadors congratulated the current government on the election victory, while Mr. Chaibi noted the successful cooperation between the Elections Commission and the EU Election Observer Mission during the recently concluded presidential election. He expressed interest in having the observers in Sri Lanka during the future parliamentary election as well, to which Prime Minister Rajapaksa agreed and added that it would be good for transparency. The EU ambassador further discussed two other key areas of cooperation. These were development assistance in the agricultural sector and the conduct of an investor dialogue. All the ambassadors discussed the status of development projects and investments their respective countries have with Sri Lanka, and all expressed interest in promoting new investments and tourism. Biz News is next. The latest edition of LMD reports that the LMD Nielsen Business Confidence Index registered 111 in November from 102 in the previous month. According to the leading business magazine, this is the highest the index has been since February and reflects the views of business people in the first week of November ahead of the presidential election. Nielsen's director, Consumer Insights, Therika Miyanadenia, said the general feeling is that the direction of the Sri Lankan economy will depend on who is elected to lead the country, and there's hope that there will be stability for business to flourish in the future. And that's all the news tonight. Log into itanews.lk for more. I'm Marshani Gamage signing out with the Prime TV News crew. Good night.